And at this hour, new details just coming in about the arrest of Dylan Roof.
We are now learning authorities zeroed in on Roof not long after his picture went out. That's because Roof's father and uncle recognized him and they called police.
And these developments are coming in on the heels of what's been a very emotional day in court. Brad Bell live in Charleston tonight. Brad, we know that Roof's bond is now set at $1 million. Tell us about it.
Well, $1 million on the gun charge, no bond status on the 9 murder charges that he is facing. You talked about some of the new details with the indications that his father implicated him to police. Also, police are revealing tonight through affidavits that they know that Roof went in wearing a fanny pack, that he came out carrying a gun, and that he stood over one of his victims and uttered a racist comment before firing. From the county jail, where he is being held in isolation, Dylan Roof appearing on video before a judge.
Yes, sir.
Charged with 9 counts of murder, 1 for each of the lives police say he took during the Bible study he joined Wednesday at this historic black church.
We welcome you Wednesday night in our Bible study with open arms. You have killed some of the most beautifulest people that I know. Every fiber in my body hurts, and I'll never be the same.
One of the survivors, looking right at the 21-year-old, police say killed her son. Yet she and others who lost family members in the massacre sticking with the very messages the victims studied that horrific night.
God forgive you, and I forgive you.
Forgiveness for a man friends say was a racist who plotted this attack for 6 months. But instead of starting a race war, as friends claim was his goal, this community is united, mourning today, hand in hand. Well, in fact, tonight you can see another indication of that as we join you live. People lined up here in the 100-degree heat for a candlelight vigil to remember the victims of this terrible shooting. In Charleston, South Carolina, Brad Bell, ABC 7 News.
And tonight, debate heating up over the Confederate flag flying outside South Carolina's state capitol only about 2 hours away from Charleston. Many call that flag a symbol of heritage, but the president of the NAACP disagrees.
But where we see that symbol lifted up as an emblem of hate, as a tool of hate, as an inspiration for hate, as an inspiration for violence, that symbol has to come down. That symbol must be removed from our state capitol.
And one official now confirming that Roof said he was trying to start a race war.
Meanwhile, here at home, an outpouring of support for the 9 people who were killed in that shooting. Sam Ford continues our team coverage tonight live from the Metropolitan AME Church, where an emotional vigil was held there today. Sam, good evening.
Good evening, Leon. Well, like Emmanuel African Methodist Episcopal Church in downtown Charleston, here, Metropolitan AME is a historic church. They have ties, and today they came to share their sister church's pain. Hundreds packed into this church for a noontime prayer vigil.
Good morning. Welcome.
A security guard greeted them for a noontime prayer vigil, and they came in droves of various racial hues, of various religious backgrounds, a collective outrage and sorrow over what happened at Metropolitan's sister church in Charleston, Emmanuel AME.
We pray for a church who has been the target of that evil.
Inside, they prayed, they sang, they cried and held hands. They paraded through the sanctuary with pictures of the 9 who were killed and announced what seemed to some an endless cycle of violence.
And they ask, is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician that can bind up its wound?
They sang the African American national anthem as they called for an examination of what could cause so much hate.
What environment created such intensity? That should be the series of next steps. What do we need to do next? That's what we should concentrate on.
Her close friend, librarian Cynthia Hurd, was among those killed. Most did not know any of the victims. Some said they would work for change.
And also to make a stand as a white woman that my work begins today.
A number of the participants say they will seek a national conversation on race, which should take place before any talk of racial reconciliation. Reporting from Northwest Washington, Sam Ford, ABC 7 News.
Okay, thank you.